Hey Libra, welcome to your May reading. We are now officially in Taurus season, halfway through it. How are you feeling? Huh? My Libras. Something tells me when we get near Gemini season, it might be a little more in your element because you are an air sign after all. But if you do have Taurus in your chart, this could be a very meaningful time for you. Okay, Libra, you got the Wheel of Fortune. So everything that's happening in the month of May in your life right now is fated. It's on a divine path. It's meant to be taking place, whether painful or joyful or in between or a range of emotions. Understand that this is a very divine time. Things are fated, they're destined to happen. You don't have to question it, you know. Libra, on the bottom of the deck, you have the 8 of Discs. And as you can see, everybody in this image is working very hard towards something. When I look at this, I see the value of working with others, working together, and growing and learning together, but I also feel an immense amount of support and growth here, especially in your ability to move forward, because all that yellow, very solar plexus chakra. But yes, this 8 of Discs, 8s make me think of change, but the 2 of Pentacles is a little more aligned with that, believe it or not. The 8 of Discs, this is a time to learn a new life skill, and it's very challenging for you right now. Whatever has happened that is fated and destined, Libra, a very challenging life skill is emerging from this. You are mastering a new skill in your life, whether joyful or sad. Okay, Libra. Now, let's get more clarity on these cards, right? Libra, some more clarity. The Horse, a short journey, and the Apple, temptation will test you. I think you're tempted to take the short route, really, like honestly. Libra, I feel like you are tempted to rush through this as fast as possible to get on the other side of it. But there's so many things that you're gonna learn from this that are preparing you for life and all of its challenges. So you may be tempted to take the shorter route, but there's something more valuable in taking the longer route, no matter how scary that may seem. The Ladder and the Flowers, climbing towards success and happiness. Beautiful. What happened that was divine, that was in alignment with what reality was supposed to hold? It's meant to make you successful. This is supposed to drive you forward into who you were meant to become. And success isn't everything, but happiness, that's a big one. I think it's safe to believe that to be happy is to have achieved the real successes in life. So go towards the things that make you happy and you'll find yourself successful in the end, okay? So that's a little more information on those cards. Now, for something a little more lighthearted, Libra, I want to know what you should be doing to take care of yourself during this time. What Spirit recommends you do during this Taurus season. Okay, 1 second. I dropped the card. Happens a lot. Okay. Abundance planning. Ooh, Libra. Now that 8 of Discs is really coming through, right? This earth energy. How can you plan for the future, for your finances, for the things that you want to do that will make you happy, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be material things, but the handwritten note says, living expenses, education, business, self-development, savings, travel, free, keep track of your finances, don't shop when you're hungry, blah, blah, blah. Well, I disagree. I think you should shop if you're hungry, if you can. I don't know why that says that, but anyways, abundance planning. Okay, Libra, how you want to make money moving forward and how you want to spend or save your money. Now, building strength, that's the next card here. And it's not just physical, it's also mental strength. How can you tackle the obstacles in life that have presented themselves to you? How can you come out stronger? And I do think you have to face the obstacles. I don't think you can skip it. I don't think you can, shorten the journey. But it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, Libra. This is my Sacred Cycles Oracle. I want to ask what cycle you're in. Ovulation and menarche, or menarche. Ovulation and, sorry, I don't know if it's menarche or menarche. I'm probably embarrassing myself right now. Oh well. What's interesting is I actually have pulled these cards before. Ovulation has to do with new life, the potential for new life. When the egg is released, when you ovulate, where something is birthed, even with loss, right? Something is born through that loss. Including, if you've ever suffered like a miscarriage or a loss in that sense. There's always life and death working in alignment with one another. They tend to happen simultaneously. Now this card has to do with when we enter puberty, when we have our first cycle, but it also embraces the ending of the cycle as we mature and our cycle comes to an end. Like I said, life and death are kind of working together with these cards. I will go ahead though and read to you what it says. I did that for everybody else. Ovulation. It is safe to be fully seen. Biologically speaking, ovulation occurs on a singular day during the hormonal cycle, yet the fluctuating hormones around this time impact the body for multiple days, making this phase onto itself. Estrogen and progesterone are at a peak point here. This most often translates to a heightened experience of confidence, a desire to seek out social connections, and be seen in the full expression of who you are. This is your time to shine, to be witnessed in your wholeness. Allow your radiance to be your guiding embodiment. Knowing you are safe to make this declaration. Lead with your desire to show up with everything that makes you the unique person that you are. Your expansiveness opens up portals and permission for others to do the same. The journal prompt. What do I most desire to share about myself that I usually keep hidden from others? Alrighty, beautiful. The menarche. I reclaim my sacred rights. The sacred rite of passage for menstruating cyclical bodies, menarche, is the first hormonal bleed, an opportunity for celebration. This moment marks a transitional space toward greater sovereignty and independence. This is a time of reclamation for you. For many, this experience may have held a feeling of shame or secrecy. If it was true for you, you are now invited to revisit this moment and meditate upon it, knowing all you do now. Many find deep release and compassion by sharing stories about their first bleed with others. You are also being called to reflect on previous life adventures that you hoped would be joyous but turned out less fulfilling than you expected. If you could go back and guide your younger self, what would that have looked like? What do you wish you would have experienced or understood at that time? Now is your opportunity to gift yourself that alternative. Whether through ceremony or gentle contemplation, allow yourself to rewrite the script and change the lens through which you view past experiences to create more peace and freedom. Journal prompt. What do I remember about the experience and feelings surrounding my first bleed? How would I like to celebrate it? Beautiful. Alrighty, now last but not least, Libra. Thought I'd do something a little bit fun at the end. In case you're single, this is who you will be dating next. If you are in a relationship, I'll probably just end up describing who you are currently with. But these are the archetypes. And I apologize, they have all fallen, so I will be right back. 1 second. And we have so many cards, my goodness. You have the seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The addict, helping you recognize and confront addictive behaviors. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And then the beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Now, based on what I'm seeing here, this person has been affected by generations, generational curses, generational harm, things that have affected them and their family throughout the generations. They have suffered, and because of it, because of these social injustices, these horrific things that your ancestors endured, they are experiencing poverty currently. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing with this person. Sorry if I keep the way I'm saying it, but what I mean is this person. They are, because of these experiences, they have extreme humility and compassion for others. They embrace survival, and they know what it takes to be alive and to confront life and all of its injustices. And this person may have addictions because of these things, behaviors, patterns that they were either born into or developed through all this trauma. But they are seeking wisdom. They're here to learn. And on the bottom of the deck, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. This person, if you combine these 3 cards, this is what I'm talking about. Like, to me, I literally want to say racism, like, because that's probably the most obvious thing that causes poverty for generations without reparations. How are people supposed to break through these cycles and come into either wealth or success? You know, I think these cards are embracing that this person is definitely affected by racism. Now, Libra, please take that as it resonates, right? If it's not your story, it's not your story. So if this person that you meet, it doesn't apply to them, then just know that this is meant for a Libra who is watching this. But I don't know. Sometimes these cards, especially when they come out in such an order, they're working together, they're telling a story. And so as someone who's interpreting the cards, that's exactly what I'm feeling when I'm looking at these. So this person is a survivor. This person has great humility and compassion, and they've been through it. And so if you're going through it, this person and you will have a lot to learn from each other to find wisdom and strength in one another. Okay, Libra, thank you so much for your reading. I hope May is very healing and that life continues to change in beautiful ways. All right, Libra, have a good month, okay?